Right. So basically, I just decided to ask some of my friends for opinions on, like you have the food around the world, and then you go all the way into America here, and I'm just curious to know what kind of difference of how there's food. So my friends live in Latin America. So I just want to ask your opinion on what kind of, let's say, food that they serve their mission in. I just wonder how would that be if that you're able to eat the same kind of food here.
Well, things are a little bit different here. So I serve in Paraguay, and one of the foods that they have down there that is a really big food for them is pizza. You just have pizza and all other things like we have in America, pizza, hamburgers, stuff like that. But pizza there, something that's very important for them is that you have green olives on your pizza, which I never have green olives on my pizza here. And so it was really interesting living down there and seeing how they put green olives on the pizza, how they put pieces of ham, pieces of eggs on the pizza. And then we here in the United States, and we just have pepperoni and pineapple and other things. And so that was a little bit different. Also, hamburgers to them, when you go to a hamburger stand or like a place where you're going to get a burger, you get the burger and then they have kind of like an area where you can put things like garbanzo beans and corn and other things, pico de gallo. You can put that on your hamburger. But here in the United States, we don't even have that. And so, how we have our hamburgers is we just have whatever's already on the burger is already on the burger. This is how it is. And so it's interesting seeing how, we put different things on our burgers before we eat them. But then while we're eating them, we don't add things to them. And so someone from Paraguay coming here probably would say, wow, there's not very many options for putting stuff on the
You can substitute stuff and you can get something close, but it's always going to be a little different.
Yeah. I think absolutely. I kind of realize, let's say the food you get internationally, you come here try to eat the same kind of food, because you get different tastes because you get all the different ingredients here. I think that's key talking point.
Yeah, definitely. Ingredients. I kind of agree with what he was saying that you just can't, the cuts of meat that they had in Paraguay, also you just can't find that here. Or there's a food that I really like to make, or I like to make there, called beiju. It's kind of like a little bread thing with cheese in it. You just can't get the same cheese here, and so it ends up just being completely different because there's just not the right ingredients. And you can make things that are close, but they just don't quite taste the same.
So just now I've been talking to Matt and Carson about how food can be, how we have the same food from their own mission countries and America, and all the different impressions that they got while they're in those places. So I'm just curious, how do you feel about if since I know you serve in Mexico, right?
Yeah.
So, how is the Mexican food in America different from the food back in Mexico?
How is it different here than it is in Mexico?
Mm-hmm.
Mexico? Well, if
if you call this, first off, Taco Bell is not Mexican food, but you know, some people think it is. I'd say probably the biggest thing is I feel like people from Mexico that make it here make it pretty similar. But there's a big thing in Mexico where they have this big, it's like an iron like pan, and they cook tortillas on it.
Mm-hmm.
So the raw tortillas they'll put them on this pan, and I feel like it just makes the tortillas taste differently. And so that's probably one of the biggest differences. Is like here, I feel like people either don't heat up their tortillas or they just throw them in the microwave or whatever, but it's just not nearly the same.
Mm-hmm.
Like fresh pressed tortillas and then cook them just right there on the skillet thing. And so that's probably like one of the biggest differences because in Mexico they have tortillas with almost every meal. It's like tacos and with just chicken and rice and different things like that. And I'd also say the salsa in Mexico is like way more just natural because they actually make their own salsas like with different just chilies and different things that they have. And so whereas here usually you just go buy it from somewhere, buy some Tabasco or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yes.
you need. And so yeah, definitely the salsa is like a lot better there too. So I'd probably say those are some of the biggest differences between. There's a lot more natural food than what they have here. So.
Yeah. Honestly, but do you feel any different if you actually like? Is that you do? Do you feel any different if you like eating the same food in America and then back in Mexico?
Maybe a little different. I mean, yeah, I'd say it was probably a little better. Like I feel like sometimes here you can just feel the salt and the fat, and they definitely have that there too. But I think it definitely affects your stomach a little more here. You know, more preservatives or more whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas there, it's just the food is pretty heavy, but it's again more natural, right? So they don't put really any preservatives or anything on it. It's just kind of the food as itself, and then they add maybe salsa to flavor it. So yeah, maybe a little different when I was there.
I think that's about it. Okay, cool. So, well, you know, George and I just went to the temple, and somehow things happened. We actually went to a night market at the Wilkinson Student Center. It's basically Chinese, Hong Kong, Taiwan food, games, that kind of thing. Yeah, and it was fun. And we're back here, had our dinner. So yeah, I just want to know a little bit more about like the food you have in Croatia and Slovenia.
Yeah, so I loved all of the food I had in my mission. I know sometimes people will talk about, they'll ask like the question like, what's the weirdest food you've had on your mission? And for me, it was all good. The way I would describe it is it was lots of different like remixes of bread and meat, which is maybe the case for a lot of cultures. But we had burek, which was like a pie, not really a pie, but they had this long spiral of dough with meat inside, and they cooked it under a big pan outside, and it tasted really, really good. Super greasy, but super yummy. They also had cevapcici, which are like little sausages that you eat with like pita bread almost, and you have those with a nice, either like a white sauce or a red sauce that was made of, it's like sort of like ketchup made from eggplant, and those were also really good, a staple. And then some of my other favorite food was, we had a lot of influence from Turkey, so I had some salep, which is like a white chocolate cinnamon drink. Those are the vibes it gives me anyway. Salep, that's like a Turkish drink, and I really like that. And then also some like Hungarian influence and just from other countries like goulash, lots of different types of goulash. And so those are also really yummy. And then in Serbia, you had some they were almost like burger patties, just like meat patties called pljeskavica, and those were delicious, often seasoned very well, and very cheap too. So I loved all the food I had, and it was just like lots of different reiterations of yummy meat and yummy bread. So yeah, that was my experience, and I really loved it. Felt like grandma's cooking, even though my grandma does not cook that good.
Yeah. So if I say, if I were to ask you one word of emotion to describe those Croatian food, what would you say?
That's a good question. Probably filling. I don't know. I felt like I couldn't eat enough of it when I would have it. So like it was very, very filling, very yummy.
Yeah. Then suddenly, don't know why, suddenly I just brought you to eat some local, like Asian foods. This is a little thought. It's really interesting. So how do you feel when you eat those stuff just now?
Yeah, those were really good. I had some bubble waffles, some boba, some milk and boba, and also I had an egg tart. And my favorite was probably the bubble waffles. It was like very similar to regular waffle batter, but it was super fun to eat in like the shape it was. So I actually really enjoyed that. I would describe that food as fun. It made me feel like fun or adventurous, just because it was new to me.
One last thing, I also wonder, have you actually ate like mission food in America?
Ooh, I hadn't eaten mission food in America. I almost went to a Balkan restaurant in Salt Lake, but I didn't. So I haven't had any real food from my mission here, not yet. But I hope to make some. So
Yeah, this is it.
yeah.
So, yeah, I think there's nothing